Making tourists pay to use the NHS is racist, say doctors. Doctors, just fucking fix people, alright? We do not need your opinion on what is and is not racist, because apparently when you give it, it's fucking stupid. Look at this. Doctors have voted overwhelmingly to stop charging foreign patients for NHS care, claiming doing so is fundamentally racist. Are you fucking serious? It's racist for us not to provide healthcare to the entire world. That's what you're saying, isn't it? If someone comes to this country, they have to pay for their own healthcare because they haven't paid into the NHS. And if we don't do it that way, surely that is going to have a massive negative consequence for not only the NHS, that is going to find itself overburdened with work and underfunded because people aren't paying for it, but that's also going to put the burden on the back of the taxpayer of this country. So you're saying that the people of this country should pay so you don't feel like you are refusing people on the grounds of their race, which you aren't. You're refusing them on the grounds of their nationality, which is not the same thing, and fundamentally means that you will also be refusing white people as well as black people. In fact, you are not, you're not discriminating based on racial factors at all. In fact, it is fundamentally anti-racist to do this because no race is involved. These could be the whitest, most Irish people in the world, and yet you're not going to give them free healthcare because they're not British citizens. They don't pay into the fucking system. So I don't have to pay for the healthcare of the French, all right? Or the Germans or whoever else has come over here. They can pay their own. They have their own systems. And if I go over there, I'll have to pay into it, I'm sure. Fuck me. Why do I even have to say this? This is fucking stupid, right? But what I like about this is it's someone called Omar Risk saying it. So it's like, right, okay. It's someone who has come from abroad saying that and not necessarily this person, he may be like second or third generation, but this is definitely not something that I would suggest that the average native Brit thinks. We are doctors, not border guards. Charging migrants for accessing NHS services is a fundamentally racist endeavour. We are complicit in the oppressive regime. You hear that, everyone? Foreigners are being oppressed if we don't provide them with free NHS services. They're just being oppressed. And you know what? We've got 600,000 coming in and 300,000 leaving. So we've got a net 300,000 migration in. But that's 600,000 people who every year who we're providing free NHS to for some fucking reason. I just don't know why. I don't know why we're doing it. And it's not racist or oppressive to not provide this service. Like, this service doesn't exist unless we create it. And now we've created it. What I would say you're doing is taking advantage. Fuck me. I can't understand why anyone would think that this is something that the public at large should agree to. The tax-paying public. Why would they agree? You know what? It is racist if we don't let foreigners use our services that we pay for. Therefore, let's let every foreigner use our services that we pay for. The borders are open. What is the limitation on the number of people coming in? Like, what's stopping more and more people? I mean, we've got up to 600,000. When it hits 1 million a year, are we going to be like, okay, now we have to choose a cap. Now we have to say this is too much and we have to reduce it. What about when it hits like 3 or 4 million a year and we're still trying to pay for the NHS to support all of this? And when it collapses, what do we do then? Do we go, well, you know what? I guess we're just too racist to have an NHS. We're just too racist to have this. You know, if we can't have this and be what this lunatic doctor and the other doctors on the NHS board association's conference think, if we're not non-racist in their eyes, then we can't have the NHS. We just have to accept it. We'll just have to keep pouring money into it until it's just like a black hole because we're trying to provide NHS cover for the entire fucking world. It's unreal that anyone would suggest this. And this is after Jeremy Hunt in 2017 was saying that he was going to try and curb health tourism. Well, that just makes sense. You know, if a country across the world somewhere is providing a free service and I go over there specifically to take advantage of that service and then I fuck off after I've done it, have I not just taken advantage of the people paying for it? I mean, how is that fair? How is it fair for me to go over there, allow them to pay for the treatment I need and then leave? How is that fair? Why would I agree to that? Why would anyone agree to that? And why would you think it's somehow a statement of superiority of races to say that we're not going to pay for other people's healthcare? I mean, there are going to be English-speaking people whose native first language is English. They are going to be people who are descended directly from England, like Elizabeth Warren, you know, and they will not be allowed to use the NHS. They will be the racial equivalent, exactly the same as every racially English person. And you and us denying them, you'll be saying, well, that's racist. It doesn't make sense. And I really don't know why why does anyone listen to any of these people? I mean, I quite like, I think he's a Conservative MP, Philip Hollowbone here. The BMA is completely out of touch with the public on this issue. There's nothing racist about charging international tourists for the care they receive here. This is the world we're in. Bizarro world where it's like, well, hang on. I don't think it's racist to charge tourists for like healthcare they get in the temporary time that they're here. I don't think that's racist. I'm sure they take out insurance to pay for this kind of thing. So it's just like every pound spent treating health tourists is a pound spent not spent on British citizens. Well, that's racist. Why should British citizens who pay taxes to pay for the NHS want that money to be spent on them? Other British citizens. That's just so racist. And I love the way it's like, you know, a professor, a fucking professor has to come out and be like, you know what? It's not racist. It's the only way we can have an NHS because we are not rich enough to provide healthcare free at point of service to the entire world. We just don't have that much money. I just don't know how to put it to you. And if we carry on doing this, this is going to destroy the NHS. So, my God, whatever the doctors who have decided this are thinking, someone needs to sit down with them and explain to them that they don't know anything about politics or moral philosophy. They know about stitching people back up. So just get on with that. Just get on with that and we'll try and make it so you're not overburdened doing your job.